Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight to the Healer's Journey. Tonight, we will be discussing healer's disease. I'm Rosemary Levesque. I am the author of Heal Together, Natural Health Solutions for Animals and Their Humans. And I'm also a certified vibrational sound master teacher. There's a picture of some of the tuning forks that I use. And this is my dog, Gracie, who helps me in everything that I do. We talked recently about soul DNA. And what is soul DNA? I invite you to listen to some of the recordings that we've done recently. And for tonight, I just want you to come in with the thought of we come through our parents, not from them. Now, the physical DNA we have comes from our parents. It can be measured. It can be documented, photographed, analyzed. That's the physical DNA that we have that comes from our parents. But we, as soul beings, come through our parents with our own soul DNA. Now, as healers on the healer's journey, we may be experiencing dis-ease. And the diseases we experience may have little to do with physical DNA and more to do with our soul DNA. Now, of course, physical DNA can be harmed by environmental factors, toxicity, nutrition. There are many things that affect physical DNA, radiation as well, some of the bigger ones that come to mind. But what is our soul DNA all about? And what are we carrying with us in our karma that is affecting what our soul DNA is expressing? What have you believed, thought, heard, felt, known, suppressed, learned that doesn't resonate with who you are? For example, do you believe that you are of a particular religion because that's what you were told, that's what you were taught? Do you feel a certain way because that's those are the experiences you've had? Have you learned something about who you are, where you live geographically, and who your family members are? But for some reason, those things don't resonate with how you really feel. It doesn't resonate with who you are. Your state of being. How does your pain reveal itself? What is your state of being? So you might feel that you are one particular way, but you've been told that you belong in a certain place or in a certain role, that you're given a certain task, and it doesn't seem to resonate with you. And all through those times, you might feel that something is uncomfortable to you. That would be your pain body. And how does your pain reveal itself? How do you know you're in some kind of pain? We're not just talking about pain that hurts. You might feel, for example, that you're taking the weight of the world on your shoulders. You ever feel that way? That you take on the weight of the world? There is physical pain, of course. Weird symptoms. Did you ever get these weird symptoms? Some kind of a rash or a headache, some other discomforts, little things that you live with, for example. Or what about signs of aging in skin, hair, nails, lumps and bumps, discoloration, weakness, ridges, hair loss and thinning? And really, you're not that old, but you're having signs of aging. What about your energy level? Are you sleeping okay? How's your endurance, your strength, and flexibility? Or maybe there are bigger issues that you're experiencing. Is there heart dis-ease? Or has there been a diagnosis of cancer? Emotional symptoms can be revealed as pain as well. Are you reactive and volatile? Are you unable to think things through? What about your comfort level? How comfortable are you in a crowd or just in your body? Are you depressed? Are you very sensitive or maybe numb, insensitive? Pain can be expressed spiritually as well. Do you feel disconnected? Is there a feeling of denial? Are you uncomfortable in situations that involve spirituality or involve religion perhaps, and you feel like you won't have your own spirituality? Are you untrusting? Fearful perhaps? Are you feeling unworthy? Are you depleted? Or opposite, are you feeling entitled? Are you sacrificing? Are you being the martyr? So these are spiritual expressions of pain. Are we, as light workers and healers, helping to transform the pain of others by taking it personally? In other words, are we taking on all of these symptoms of pain and it's not really our pain? We're feeling the pain of other people. We're feeling the pain of humanity. We're feeling the pain of our experiences. We're feeling the pain of things that we notice in the world, and we're taking it personally. The process for healing always begins with self. Now, this process for healing can be uncomfortable and painful in itself. It can actually be life-threatening, especially if you have one of those diagnoses that I mentioned earlier, like heart dis-ease or cancer or some other of those big ones. Could that possibly be something that you are taking on for somebody else? And this could be life-threatening. Are you processing that as being a light worker and a healer? Mysterious or surprising. If your symptoms show up mysteriously or as a surprise, because you are pretty darn healthy, aren't you? And yet you're still having this thing showing up, this rash or this ache or this injury that keeps happening. It might be mysterious or surprising. And are you processing something for somebody else, or are you processing something from your own karma? Now, the symptom might be not easy to medically diagnose. There are lots of mysterious dis-eases out there that medical personnel can't put their finger on. Some aches and pains that seem to come from nowhere. And yet, many of us healers experience that. Fortunately, we have our guides and teachers. There are angels among us, animal guides, crystal guides, plant guides, all forms of spiritual being in physical form all around us and in spiritual form. Angels can be both physical and spiritual. It's wonderful to draw on these guides and teachers to support us on our journey. We have experiences, we have challenges, we have choices. That's part of our journey. We do all of these things. We spend time with family, we go out in nature, we make choices that are, we hope, better for our health. We push away the sugary delights in favor of natural raw foods. And perhaps instead of going a prescription route, you might choose other modalities of natural healing that feel more compatible with your own energy. The journey makes us grow. Now there was, I just want to share with you briefly here an experience I had just last week when I was walking Gracie at the park, a beautiful park in a town near us. And it's a park where there is a lot of water, beautiful lakes, and walking paths all around. Now typically what I see there is I see nutria, and I see ducks, and I see Canada geese, and birds of all sorts live there. It's very active, very busy, very peaceful in the sense that you feel drawn into it. But the last time I was there, there were no geese. There were no ducks. It was silent. And as I walked along the grass off the pathway, I was looking for feathers. I was looking for, just signs of life as I usually do, just exploring the area. And a man walked by with his dog saying, "Isn't it nice to be able to walk there where you are without all the goose poop around?" And I was a little bit shocked, but he was right. There was no goose poop anywhere, nothing fresh. And he said even on the sidewalk, it's now walkable because there's no more goose poop. I said, "Where did the geese go?" And he said that they oiled all the eggs. They did that as a community effort to rid the park of geese because geese imprint on where they are born. So all the geese left after the eggs were killed. It was very heart-wrenching to me. I went online to get more information to find out why they would do such a thing. And there was some concern about the goose feces being not healthy to have around, and that the geese themselves might be a little bit aggressive, approaching humans. And of course, when I read that, I would call to mind how easy it was to walk on that path. It was certainly not difficult with goose poop, and that geese were protective of their little ones. Never, ever have I been attacked by any Canada geese, and yet I wonder what the situation was that people felt unsafe. I think it might be the other way around, that the geese might have felt unsafe, and so they resolved that issue with killing all the eggs, and it wrenched my heart. I cried off and on for days because I could feel that so deeply. I went for a sound healing and channeling event that it just kind of rocked me a little bit, and I felt that I was stretching in very uncomfortable ways. I felt raw. And as healers, especially as empathic beings, we can come to a place of feeling raw and not safe. And we know that we can't stay there. It's not possible to survive and be filled with joy in that space. So the journey that we're on makes us grow. We can choose to grow or not. And I needed to process all of that terrible grief. I've been known to feel the same kind of feeling when trees have been brought down, trees that I know that eagles or hawks live in. I've been known to feel that way from even when I was a child, when a bird would fly into my window and I mourned its death as I sat by it or held it. It just it it wrenches my heart, and it is part of my personal journey that because I am so connected to wildlife, I just know that I process in that way. And I do feel like I am growing. How does your journey make you grow, force you to grow, force you to go through your feelings and come out ahead? Because your journey should be about joy. It should be about passion and drive. It should be about being present and having presence in the world. You should be in the flow of energy, not stuck. So how does your journey make you grow? If you have a resistance to growth, you might also experience denial. You might be deaf and blind to the signs that are around you. You might have fear. You might have built up barriers or walls of protection. I meet people like that all the time who have a wall up or a barrier up for fear of sharing their love, of receiving love or giving love. It might be too painful or uncomfortable. I certainly was in raw pain. I was certainly uncomfortable when I experienced the knowledge of how they got rid of all the geese in that park. It was eerily silent. And what made me think of the silence was, you know, how are people living in the world, creating a world of convenience that is silent? It really bothered me. I know you can tell. It was painful, but I moved through it. I grew. People who aren't willing to grow may retreat or stay or become introverted. They may not want to go out. I may not want to go to that park for a while. I will seek out areas where there is wildlife and where there is harmony and peace. I will seek that out and bless it, and I will go back to that park and I will bless it as well, and I will call upon the geese to return. And I will call upon humanity for the people who make the decisions in that town. I will call upon them and their souls to bring peace to their heart so that they may find harmony with nature, because that is the true way of the healer. The way of the healer is not to be angry. It is not to act out. It is not to grieve so deeply that we become introverted, that we become too painful to be here in this world. We are here to be light workers. How do we do that? We step into the fifth dimension. We step into a higher vibration of all that is. We have to make preparations for that. What is the fifth dimension? Well, we know the three dimensions, depth, width, height. That's our third dimensional reality. And of course, the fourth dimension, the senses that we have, the intuition, the extrasensory perception, as they call it. But the fifth dimension, that's being a light being, where we don't need our physical bodies anymore, but we are beings who can be here, we can be there, and we can be the highest expression of ourselves, of our soul. So we have to prepare for that. We have to have some changes in lifestyle, in diet, in general health. We must do our meditation practices. We must feel whole. We must be in harmony with those environments around us. There needs to be a reacceptance of the journey, for we have chosen this journey as light workers and healers. We want to be in the world so that we can be the lighthouse. We want to be there for people who are asking for help, and they are asking. We want to become open to the possibilities of what could be, of what our lives could be like. What would it be like if we had so much freedom, that there was an abundance, there was a flow of not only money, but time and love and relationship harmony and everything you wanted that would bring you joy, passion, drive, and sustenance that would help you to feel grounded and like you could be here. Becoming open to the possibilities is part of preparing for the fifth dimension, Homo Luminous. We shine when we do this. We're talking about reconnecting with our soul DNA, the DNA that comes through our parents so we can be who we are. It doesn't come from our parents. So who are you? I ask this question a lot. Who are you? Who am I? Who are we that we have chosen to be here on earth at this time in this physical form? Who are we? What do we bring with us? What are our gifts? What is our magic? What is our medicine that we bring to the world? And what is our karma? What do we have the opportunity now to heal within ourselves so that we can raise the vibration of the planet as well, so that we can help heal humanity in ways that humanity didn't know was possible? We're talking about remembering who we are. Who are you? Working with vibration. Just wanted to let you know, again, we have classes and workshops that work totally with vibration. I'm very excited to share with you what we have. Vibrational Sound Healing, Phase 1. In this class, we use solfeggio energy tuners to heal the etheric field, and I'm offering 12 continuing education units for that class. The Somasonic series is an experience of all types of tuning forks in an all-day workshop. This one's not on the calendar yet, but I hope to get it on there soon. It involves planetary tuners, Fibonacci tuners, energy tuners, body tuners, DNA, RNA tuners, brain tuners. You get the idea. The idea. It's quite a bit. You'll find that on secondnaturehealing.com/calendar. Also, Reiki classes, your journey from the foundation of hands-on healing to Reiki Master Teacher. And just a note about that. Reiki Master Teacher is something a little bit more than what we've been doing in the past. We have been attuning people to Reiki Master as they feel called to, as they are ready. And as Reiki Master, people are able to do attunements. It is wonderful to be Reiki Master. It is wonderful to step into that energy and use the advanced level training for using the symbols, doing attunements on yourself, healing attunements, and attuning other people. What we have put together now is a program that supports a Reiki Master to go out and teach Reiki classes the way we teach Reiki classes. And it will include instructional materials, manuals that you can purchase, that you will have all the exercises that we do, and there's an additional training program which will give you opportunities to teach part of the class that we teach, as well as do attunements in the classes we are doing attunements in. So we're very excited about that Reiki Master Teacher program. Of course, the Illumination Healing Series 1 is Illuminated Self, and this is on the calendar coming up for October. Illumination Healing is the program from illuminationreiki.com. Michelle and I will be teaching the classes in Portland October 7 and 8 and November 4 with a follow-up sacred ceremony at some future date. In Sedona, we will be teaching the classes 3 days in a row, October 27, 28, 29, and I'm excited to offer an Airbnb special promotion if you are coming with us to Sedona, and that will be on the website. Illumination Reiki is the website for that for Portland and Sedona, illuminationreiki.com/calendar. Where will your path lead you? I would love to know more about your journey and your path. The best way to reach me is through my website, secondnaturehealing.com. You can also visit illuminationreiki.com or email me, rosemary@secondnaturehealing.com. If you are not registered for the Healer's Journey webinar, please go to my website, /webinar.html, and add your name to the list. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.